Welcome to Mid Morning Live, where we are chatting with Karen Stolmeyer at the Sea View Stables, Horses Helping Humans. It's going to be a very interesting show. Stay tuned. So I'm here with Karen Stolmeyer at Seaview Stables, and the association is called Horses Helping Humans, and we're going to chat with her a little bit about what the therapy involves and what are the results they get from the kids who come for therapy here. So welcome to our show, Karen.
Hi, Dan. Thank you very much.
So how long have you been doing this, and tell us some of the benefits of interacting with the horses and the kids.
Okay. Well, I've been a therapist for going on 20 years now, but hippotherapy has only been something we've been doing for about the last 3 to 4 years. It's relatively new, well, it is new to Trinidad. It's something that has been practiced around the world for about the last 50 or 60 years, so it is pretty well established as a mainstream therapy outside of Trinidad. Hippotherapy is therapy that's done with the aid of a horse, and it's usually administered by either a licensed speech therapist, occupational therapist, or physical therapist in conjunction with a riding instructor and the horse, of course. And it's a very different therapeutic medium. Of course, you're using a live animal and we're outside and it's a nice environment. So it really has a very, very beneficial effect on the kids that take part in it.
Yeah, I know with the natural healing, they talk about horses having a higher vibration than humans. And they do a lot of healing by just being around horses. You don't even have to touch them because the vibration transfers and you get a feeling of well-being. That's
You're
different.
absolutely right. Not many people know that.
I am into massage therapy,
Okay.
so I know of that. Being involved in it for so long, 20-something years myself. So yes, and it transfers on to your feeling of well-being.
Absolutely, yes.
So that alone is healing in itself, and then you all do the specific therapies that goes along with it for the kids. So tell us how you find the reaction to for the horses, the kids.
It's absolutely amazing, and we have seen incredible changes and progress in most of the kids who have been coming for their therapy. They sometimes will react in a negative way when they first come, simply because it's different and they may be a little bit afraid.
Yeah.
But eventually, all of them move past that fear and anxiety and are able to truly connect with the horse, which is what they really want to do when they come here. So even though they may be a little bit afraid, there's always that natural curiosity and love for the animal that genuinely comes out from the children. So they're very motivated to participate in the therapy, which is something that as therapists we have a little bit of difficulty with in traditional settings, because the kids get bored, they get frustrated, they're anxious. So it's sometimes difficult. The motivating factor here with the horses really makes my job much easier, because they are interested and they want to actually participate. So they don't think that it's therapy. To them, it's just fun. It's something that they're coming to
it's
do.
like yes, but it's just one-on-one. So you do one at a time.
Sometimes we have groups. We have a government-sponsored program through the Ministry of Health that runs during the week, and we have kids in groups up to 5 then.
Okay.
And then I have my private clients who do come privately. So we do give the option of private or group therapy.
And you find your location adds to the therapy.
Oh, absolutely. The environment is a big part of why the kids respond so favorably. Think of yourself. You come up here and it's peaceful. You're out in nature. It's beautiful. There are birds and there are trees and there's wind, and it's just a nice feeling to be out here. It's very peaceful. The kids respond very well to that because they sometimes have a hard time assimilating the busyness of everyday life. So they have a hard time.
Like a hard structured.
Yes, and especially you're in town or you're out,
environment.
it's busy, it's noisy, there's lots of
Correct.
people. They tend to get very overwhelmed in those kinds of environments. So they come up here and it's very quiet and peaceful. And of course, the nature aspect does something wonderful to them. So
Correct.
we have a lot of advantages with this type of therapy in simply getting the kids to respond to it and enjoy it. And once they respond and enjoy, then we can work more to get what we are looking to get out of them in terms of their development.
And most of your therapists are volunteers.
Well, I have my staff members who are here, and then we do have several volunteers that come. They're very dedicated, very loyal. They come and they help us out a lot on weekends and during the week as well.
Yeah, because then you need to get care for the horses and
Yes.
feed them,
Well,
groom them.
Hannah is my stable manager, so she has the primary responsibility of taking care of the stable and managing the horses. And Vanda is another one of my therapists who works with us during the week. And then, of course, my lovely team of volunteers who are sitting over there, and they come on the weekends to help out.
To make sure that everything's okay. So on average, how many kids do you all treat for the week?
On the schedule right now, we have about 44 children. About 75% of those, I would say, are special needs, and the rest are just regular kids and people who come for riding, because that's the other part of what we offer is riding for the general public as well.
Okay, so you get to go on the horse and
Yes, we give riding lessons, and we just started giving trail rides that go up the mountain. It's a very beautiful ride up there. So that we are slowly starting to open up more experiences.
As I told Dominique before, my first experience on a horse was up, down a mountain. So I don't think I'll be getting back on a horse pretty soon.
But if you do it, that's the thing. It's the right approach, the right way, being told what to do, how to handle, and it's a very lovely, relaxing experience once it's done in the correct manner, which we are very safety oriented. So we make sure that the experiences that people have are very safe and really wonderful.
Yeah, riding instructor is involved in the whole process.
Yes.
So you've seen the difference in the kids, and your horses are very gentle horses. They're not, some of them kind of...
Well, all horses are horses, and horses behave like horses. So what we do with the horses that we have, and they're all retired race horses, except for our 2 ponies, is we practice natural horsemanship, which treats the horse with deep respect, love, and we treat them in a very gentle and respectful manner. So over time, just like human beings, horses respond to that kind of treatment, and they will give you back exactly what you give them. If they are treated with respect and kindness, they give back the same energy, and they really enjoy their jobs. They love being around these children. It's amazing to see how gentle they become. They understand that they have issues, and they don't react in ways that you typically think a horse would react to. Loud noises or screaming children or children darting off, that typically can startle a horse, but for some reason they learn and they understand, and they don't react to stimuli the way that they normally would to prior to us working with them. Of course, we do practice safety all the time, and we work in a manner that is consistent with bringing about this type of behavior in horses, and that's very important, because untrained, if you do the wrong things, then it can create a reaction in a horse that you don't want, which then can lead to
very interesting. Now it's therapy for the horse.
It's therapy for everybody, because therapy begins with acceptance. Once people feel accepted, loved, and respected, they will give you their best, whether it's a human or a horse.
Right.
So our therapy horses, we treat with the utmost of respect and love. So they learn that this is a safe environment to be in, and they give their best and all their heart when the kids come to work with them. So it's definitely a symbiotic relationship. They help us, we help them, and it goes back and forth. That's why we call it horses helping humans. It could just as well be humans helping horses.
Yeah, that's what I was now thinking,
right? Saving horses, serving children. So the whole enterprise revolves around service.
Yeah, because what would have happened to the horses that are retired? They just stay there?
Unfortunately, that's a big problem in Trinidad. There's a huge horse, there are many horses that are bred here for racing, but at the end of their race career, there are very few people willing to take those horses. We take as many as we can, which we have the 4 big ones and the 2 little ones, and we do our best to rehabilitate them through their injuries, because they come off the track and they have injuries, which means they're not very useful as riding horses or working horses because they have injuries. So we do our best to rehabilitate them to the point where they can at least do therapeutic riding. For those horses that are not that lucky to get a placement after their race career, they may be put down, they may be abandoned, they may be given to somebody to put in their backyard or something. There isn't really, or they may be put down, and that's generally the option that is utilized.
Yeah, because they're damaged, they're injured.
The injuries, and then also it's extremely expensive to maintain a horse. Not many people have a backyard that they could big enough that you can just put the horse in and it'll fend for itself. It needs to be fed, it needs vet attention, it needs hoof care, farrier work. It's very expensive, so most people are not prepared to put out that amount of money to not get in return from the animal what you would need it to maintain itself. So it's a balancing act for us, because we do try to be that sanctuary for the horses, but at the same time we need to have animals that can do the work. So it is it's a little bit of a tricky situation sometimes.
And then you have limited space. You can't take as many as you'd like.
Yeah. Ideally, we would love to expand in the future, and that way we could take on more horses, we could take on more children, I can hire more staff, and the organization can grow. But
You
we
have
can
another is it the same in Tobago?
Veronica and Lennon, no, we are separate organizations.
But
She
yeah.
runs a similar organization in that she has Being with Horses and Healing with Horses. So she has her tourist rides as well, and then she has the Healing with Horses aspect, which works with kids with disabilities over there as well.
As well.
Yeah.
But you're not affiliated.
We're good friends, but we are separate organizations.
Oh, okay, because I
yes.
thought it was like, so would you be willing to go somewhere else and have another branch?
Only if I can clone myself or have somebody. That's the
Yeah,
thing. The logistics of it
yes.
are very, very difficult to manage. You know, to manage a stable one is extremely difficult, and especially in the Caribbean where land is at a premium. You know, it's very difficult
Yes.
to get enough land, and also the feeding and the care. Everything costs more in these islands and in Trinidad especially. So
Yes,
it's not an easy field to be in. That's why there are so few riding schools and so few people that are willing to do something like this because of the massive expense incurred.
Attached, yeah.
Which is why we are always doing fundraising. We are constantly fundraising. Thankfully, the Ministry of Health is supporting us, but it's an everyday challenge maintaining and meeting our costs and overheads, and we're trying to expand the stables and do construction and maintain the horses, and so it's a
a lot.
constant
Yeah, it's a lot.
every day. Luckily,
Please let us know when your next fundraiser comes up so we can highlight it and because
Sure.
it's such a worthy cause. I mean, kids with disabilities and a lot of people trying to get that message out
Yeah.
that there is help
Yeah,
and
there
there are
is.
therapies that can work. And this is one of the alternative ones that I've never really heard of.
Yeah.
As you said, it's been around outside of
yeah.
Trinidad for years, but
Yeah.
I've never really
Yeah.
heard of it.
yeah.
Well, I knew of the vibration being lifted, but I didn't know of
Well,
that.
you had a good start there. And understanding that is really key to how we work here, and understanding that it is all about energy and teaching horses and humans how to be in a peaceful space with each other, because typically people come with a lot of fear to horses, so they're not sure how they're going to react, and the horse will pick up on that and not sure how
Correct.
you're going to react. So
Correct.
when we teach people how to be peaceful and calm around an animal, you can take that and transfer it to your life. So not only the kids we help, but we help their parents how to deal with the stress of managing these children with special needs. We teach even our volunteers who come, they all love to come because it's helpful healing for them as well. It's just a lovely activity to be involved in.
I would imagine.
It doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like
It doesn't feel like
I'll
work.
imagine that. I think, Karen has said that. I think we all need to come and visit the stables.
Absolutely.
Okay? We take a break. When we come back, we chat with a few of our helpers.